Hello, you divine, infinite human beings. You are all that is, ever has been, and ever can be. You are divine, infinite love. You are divine, infinite truth. You are divine, infinite source, and you are infinite. I am here in Sicily at my villa. It's very beautiful here. Kind of out of a lot of the Cinque G. We do have two towers on the other side, but right here it's really nice, and the technology is lower. I had to change it to a lower technology, more primitive, which I like. So speaking of technology, I just want to do some heads up here to my infinite human family. I'm starting to gather my family, my tribe, my new infinite earth builders. And difficult times, very challenging times. We live in, we're in the midst of a war, and we don't want to be too dragged down into the duality of it. So, but we are still physical. We're physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual beings, and we need to address all four natures. So, I've been out on, I had my 10-year account terminated on Facebook, and then I started using my WhatsApp, and I just tried to log into it, and it asked me for a confirmation code, which is never sent. So heads up, the internet was actually created by the military. Yes, so it's always been, this plan, and not only, of course, is it weaponized now with the 5G, but, it's completely now with the satellite cage around us, they're controlling everything. We live in a Truman Show, and they can go into our devices. They know everything about us. They're busy accumulating all the data they can about us. And they're dividing us, of course, right now into like the pro-vax, the anti-vax, the pro blah blah, whatever, all these categories to divide us. And we need to really be careful about not playing into that. Of course, as you awaken, you need to get the true information. I've also gone over a lot of it, and there's a lot of really crazy information mixed in there just to try to make the whole conspiracy thing, anyone that's against the narrative, to look like some crazy conspiracy theorist. So since all the rules are kind of changing and everyone's looking around, they're trying to find out where is the truth, and there's just so much out there, and a lot of it's been hijacked. So it's really something you have to do for yourself. And I even heard a person that was an avid Trump supporter, that talked about how he supposedly supported vaccinations. He said something very powerful in a video. He said, we really have to not just look to people anymore. I think there's a quote that says, look to no man that breathes air and has nostrils or something. When you're informed, you are subject to this manipulation, as you have fallen on this fallen planet. So our job is to reconnect to source. And yes, we can help others. We need to reconnect first ourselves to infinite source to get our information, and we can look around at other people and get pieces of the puzzle. Oh yeah. Sorry, but and I hope I'm giving you pieces of the puzzle so you can start putting it together for yourself. All right, I'm never going to say believe only me. I'm always going to say start putting the pieces together, because we all have different perspectives. It's like the Indian saying of three blind men touching an elephant. One might think it's like a wall, another might think touching its trunk might think it's like a snake, and another touching its tail might think it's like a little spindly creature. We're all seeing this from different perspectives, and since we are a species, a race with amnesia, because we've had our minds wiped, we do not know where we are from. We do not know about our star family, our true origins. It's all a put-up job. We don't know why we are here. We don't even know what our mission is, our soul mission. So obviously, though, I would say if you're getting completely banned, completely attacked, then you're on the right side, okay? You're getting hot, okay? That's one way you can tell. Now, of course, there's a lot of things that are, you know, crazy that are being banned too, but I think a lot of them are planted just to make the whole opposition to the narrative look like they're crazy people. And they're going to continue this with the Project Bluebeam steering, as they begin to present us with aliens and Christ and angels and all kinds of things in our sky, which will lead us, which will distract us and lead us astray. So we have to realize that really Source whispers, Infinite Source whispers in your ear, and the higher you ascend the frequencies, the more subtle the signs and symbols that happen to you. And you don't need, you know, a spacecraft landing in your front yard, or, you know, aliens above your head, you know, to get the point. So I challenge you, if you are getting that, of course there's off-planet cultures and aliens of good, bad, whatever. I'm not, but you know, we're going to see a faux New Age kind of Truman Show going on here. So just caution, word to the wise, know what you're looking at. There's so much deception right now, and you're going to have to find alternatives, because basically what they want to do is herd us into groups, and then those of us that oppose the narrative will be deleted pretty much from the system. We'll have everything, you know, our presence on the internet will be deleted. So we need people to step forward and start creating alternative foundations. Also, you know, where's your money going? Okay, we're still in this black magic Babylonian system, but where are you putting your money? Let's go to the physical level, because we are at the physical level. I moved here, you know, yes, 5G has arrived here, it's arrived everywhere, but I moved here to Sicily for one reason, because if you look down there, what do you see? It's growing. You can hear the food growing, and it grows all year round. Behind me is a lemon tree where I go out and pick my lemons to whatever, you know, to cook with or whatever I do. There's one left because, you know, a lot of people came over and helped themselves when I was laying in my bed with my accident. So anyway, you got to really start looking to growing food, buying, supporting people that are still there, that grow food locally, working together to grow your own food. Now, this is not an Earth ship, okay, and it's expensive to heat and cool, but you know, it's hard right now because, you know, things like living free, living off the land, self-sufficient Earthships are against this fictitious law in so many countries. So but we really have to start coming together in communities. It doesn't mean we have to all buy something together and live together in some kind of hippie commune. It just means we start helping one another. You know, Sicily isn't very organized. In fact, it's terrible. It's giving me a very hard lesson, because in America, you know, everything's just right there at the touch of the electronic world. And I just got my car fixed at the mechanic, and it's a really little, very inexpensive car with 1 million kilometers on it. But you know, it's simple because you know, I don't have a lot of money. I'm just living very simply now. And it ended up, just after I had a little thing fixed, I ended up blowing a gasket. No, I ended up blowing the radiator. It overheated. So they're fixing it, and thank God they came. They got, you know, I did have roadside service, but the person came and took me home, which was on the other side of, you know, a couple cities away. So, you know, we have to start helping one another, and we need healers, we need physicians that can step outside of the system and start creating services. I can't tell you how many people have been having accidents. I know I had my accident, and there's Kiki with my faded door right there where I kicked it in, and, you know, I was so disconnected from my body, which is not normal for me. I used to teach yoga therapy, and I used to teach people to listen to their bodies. And I think what's happening, a lot of people are having accidents all over the world. And the radiation now, the 5G frequencies, they did a test on roaches, and the roaches were unable to communicate through their species, which they had previously been able to do. And I think what's happening is we are starting to our morphic field has been contaminated, and and also our own, the Earth and our body, which is interrelated because of the low orbiting satellites, has interfered with our electromagnetic field, both personally and on the planet. So we're not as connected as we were naturally. And maybe even if you weren't a person that talks to the trees, which I am. This is my lemon tree. Hi. How are you, sweetie? She's happy that I'm here, and I'm asking her before I pick a lemon because everybody else just took it from her, you know. And that doesn't feel very nice, does it? No. Okay, good. and also a lot of nature is very angry right now. You know, the insects are being attacked. They're having trouble with this new toxic level of radiation, and they're angry. Yeah, you are, because I knew you guys were angry and you were having a hard time. So, and someone who talks to, when I moved here to Sicily, my best friends were the trees. So we have to really reconnect with our earth, asking them permission, you know, talking to the diva spirits, and growing in a consciousness way of working with our Mother Earth. I know there's people that are really into med beds and replicators and things like that, and I'm not, you know, against technology. In fact, we may need some technology if we can get clean technology to recompensate for what has been done to us, because we have been technologically downgraded from 12 strands to double DNA. But the problem is, who's pulling the strings of this technology? I mean, first of all, these things are very expensive, you know, the med beds and replicators and things like that, which I'm not really, replicating just doesn't sound good to my organic body. I think we need to reconnect with Mother Earth and have her feed us and feed her back, you know. Inhale her carbon, her oxygen, exhale our carbon dioxide that feeds her. We need to get that rhythm back, because we've, especially the white man, we've gotten so far from it. So, you know, so be careful with this technology, because the money, where's the money? You got to follow the money. And it's always hidden behind something that's hidden behind something that's hidden. You know, and today, like for example, I got cut off of Facebook, so I got onto WhatsApp, and I looked down, I got cut out of WhatsApp, and it said, "WhatsApp by Facebook." So, you know, and right now Amazon is a constellation, Facebook is a constellation around us of satellites. So know what you're looking at, all right? Really, money, you know, if you got the money, I know everyone's broke right now, but, you know, because of the COVID, there's a big thing, but if you can cash out, gosh, this is our earth, and right now we have to buy it, which is wrong, which the American Indians, you know, the Native Americans didn't even understand buying land. How can you own Mother Earth? But I don't say own it, but we need to become the guardians of it. And I think it's become very public that Bill Gates is the largest landholder in the United States and bought a lot of the land stolen from the Indians. So the right people need to be, you know, controlling, maintaining, and taking action with the land, reconnecting with our planet so we can eat clean food. And if we are totally disconnected, you know, we don't have to, you know, get scanned, you know, and with a chip in our brain to go into, you know, a supermarket or a store to feed ourselves. So we need to start taking care of our basic needs. We need healthcare practitioners who can step out of the system and create surgery centers where people don't have to be tested for COVID or vaccinated or whatever to have their life saved. I had that situation. Thank God I didn't have to get vaccinated, but I did have to get COVID tested 4 times before they would even, you know, stop the bleeding. And there's a lot of accidents happening now, like I said, because of this disruption in the morphic field. And there's a disconnection on our cellular level. Our minds and our bodies and the cells between each cells are not communicating well, so we're kind of walking around like disconnected, which is causing us to be out of harmony with the flow of things, and the frequencies are trying to lower us even more. So that's important. So anyway, Please, if you like what I'm saying, subscribe to my website, infinitehuman.com. That's probably right now, it's the surest way. I've lost 5,000 people just the other day, and today I lost very important people that I needed to communicate with, you know, doctors and lawyers and things like that. I lost them on WhatsApp. So I have to say, everyone needs to be looking at alternative back doors right now, and we need people to step forward and create platforms that we can communicate on, medical systems that we can communicate on, you know, that we can go to, food sources that are outside of the black magic cursed money system and the corporation control. And we need to get back to, you know, to trading and working with each other. We really need to be there for each other right now, because we have to create a structure outside of that. We've gotten lazy and we've let the convenient things just, you know, take over, so we just rely on this external world. And the truth is, there's only one thing that you need to rely on, and that's divine infinite source, and it will provide for you. But it's rocky right now, because there's kind of a back and forth, you know, in the duality, you know, 1, 2, 3 punch, and then from the other side, that, you know. So we're gonna have to just hold on, breathe, ground yourself, meditate, stay focused, try to stay above it all, but be smart. And I've gotten signs a million times to move slowly right now. Move slowly, because we're not moving in the same energetic field as we were before, so we have to kind of re-navigate ourselves. Okay, ciao from now, and please subscribe, infinitehuman.com. Love you guys.